Yes, YouTube! RC Supremacy's in the building, guys. What's up? My name's Brad. You know we're scaling and sending, guys. I wanna definitely follow up to that K truck as soon as possible. Dudes, I'm trying to be honest with you. I'm trying to put out videos every 5 days. I'm averaging 13. So what does that tell you? I'm slipping. But it's all happening. I have a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. If you're following us on Instagram or Facebook, you know I'm periodically updating there. Moving fast. It's moving real fast. I got legendary collabs in the works right now. I got Unreal content stacked up to here, boys, and just I'm trying to produce. I'm trying to get at it. Things are changing here very soon. This is all gonna be changed scenery. Appreciate your support, guys. 1,200 deep. I can't thank you enough, man. I've been on it for 1 year. Just going hard, like I said, just trying to be consistent. And for that support, we're gonna be giving away a ton of stuff, man. The things that you see me periodically using in our builds, the things that you see me touching on and repping, I'm gonna be giving away. You're gonna have a chance to get your hands on some of all of that. Scale accessories, RC tires, you know, shirts, you name it. It's all gonna be giving away. Either of those platforms that you are following, if you're on all of them, you got a chance to win giveaways on all of them. So I appreciate your support, guys. Please do so and check us out on those other avenues and platforms. We are getting into this video. You can find the K truck still on the website. I got a very limited quantity there, but still available. And let's get right into this video. Thank you again, guys, for joining me, and I'm going to be just voicing over to give you contents of what you're seeing on screen. And we're starting off with the liquid mask. That's that pink tint that you see on the body. That was 7 coats of the Biddy designs. I do have content on that in previous videos. If you're interested in checking that out, they'll be linked below. Yeah, 7 light coats. Towards the end, I did get a little bit thicker. Expedited the drying process with the hair dryer. This is going to be the time where, you know, we try to get creative and penning in with an Expo dry erase marker, you know, some design, some rough stuff before transferring it over to Illustrator, to the plotter, and then onto the body with something physical that I can get that design transferred to the inside of that liquid mask. But enjoy. I'll be chiming in shortly. After coming up with something that we had dug from a design standpoint, I transferred it over and plotted it out on some vinyl masking. And what we're going to be doing here is creating a master template. You're going to see me transfer this vinyl from here to an index card to give me a little bit more paper stock, something a little thicker in which I can go ahead and use as a master template. I'll go ahead and transfer this from one side to the next, have some really defined edges in which I can follow along and get some really good cuts on the liquid mask. I want to make sure that if there's any contour on the body, it's completely taped down, because you will lose sight of that and not have as accurate lines. So you want to make sure the design, the index card with the actual cutout is completely pasted to the body with small pieces of tape. The vinyl is not ideal to place on the outside of the body because of the protective film. So what happens is when you go to peel off your design to see how your cuts look, end up peeling up the protective film. In my case, I really don't care. I run all water-based, so a little bit of isopropyl after works. That's kind of the reason why I don't put the vinyl straight to liquid or straight to the protective film. So here I am. I'm putting that on index card, in which I'm going to cut out again very methodically, making sure I get that accurate. Pretty much have my master template. This is the most important part to the process, guys. That's taking your time unmasking your graphics. My first color here is red, in which I'm going to unmask all the red areas as delicate as possible, because I cannot run into the risk of unmasking an area or a color that I'm not intending to spray. Like I said, red is my first color. In the case of me on accidentally, you know, running my X-Acto or my toothpick through a color that I'm not intending on spraying at that moment, I have no way of repairing or laying that graphic back down pretty. Anything abrasive, anything that has
a slight bit of adhesion will peel up that liquid mask like nothing. It's happened to me a million times. Take my word for it, I promise you. This is where you just want to take your time. You can even literally rush your design and cut process before this, because you can always go over it before unmasking it. But you cannot go back if you make a mistake and mess up an area where you're not intending to unmask. So take your time here. You're going to see me run through the whole process. I have colors to follow behind these that you're going to see unmasking. Huge shout out to Drift Craze Man. He's been showing love on all the videos and commenting, and he had asked me if I can go in and explain a little bit more on how I mix my Cratex paints. And it's basically very easy with these two additives, which is the 40-30 and the 40-12. That is the reducer. The 40-30 acts as kind of a hardener. How I'm mixing that is I'm placing however much actual color, in this case red, in my cup, and then I'm going ahead and following up with 10% by volume of the 40-30. So whatever is in my cup of red, I'm going ahead and adding 10% of the 40-30 equivalent to that volume in my cup. I'm going to follow that up with 10% of that, and then the reducer, 5%, a little bit more if necessary, depending on the viscosity of the paint and how it's spraying. Adding the paint, the 40-30, and then the reducer, I'm letting it sit for about 10 minutes and then spraying it and adjusting if need be. I'm running 25 PSI through the airbrush, couple first light coats, and then I'm applying heavy. Of course, with you see in between each coat, I'm expediting the drying process with the hair dryer, and here we are. We're moving on to the next color, which is white. I'm going to go ahead and back all of my red, all of the graphics that we just laid with the white, as well as filling in all of the new graphics in unmasked areas with white as well. White is the same mixture I just explained with the 40-30 and 40-12, and here that is prior to getting painted. You can really start seeing the graphics start to take shape here. Finishing up, I got a couple more colors to lay. I'm going to run you through a cool technique before we lay our last color, and that's a splatter technique. I'm sure you've seen it on previous bodies. I'm sure you've seen it a million times, but we're going to take our black Cratex with a couple sized paint brushes. What we're going to do is we're going to thin the Cratex out to literally a water consistency. Just focusing on how much paint is on the brush each time is pretty much the only way you're going to control your effects in that look. You'll see me trying to do that right here. And again, the mixture, probably about 60 to 40, 60% paint, 40% thinner, in which you'll get that consistency or something well enough to get a good flow coming off that brush. So you'll see me run that, and then I'm backing that with our last color, which is yellow. Again, on the yellow, we're running the same mixture of 40, 30, and 40-12 to it. Here I am going ahead and getting these spider effects on 6 bodies total. 6 bodies. I got 5 of them right behind the camera, guys. On the topic of budget decals, we have purchased some Avery white decal sheets at Office Depot, and I printed them through the inkjet printer. It gave me a decent quality. You can get better quality at Office Depot with their inkjets and their printing, but you're going to see me laminate it with Scotch tape. This is by no means professional decal lamination or anything of thickness, but it gets the job done. You're going to see it produces a quality sticker just to get some branding on the body. You've seen us use this in the past if you've followed previous projects. This is our 20 gauge artistic wire purchase from Michaels, and that's in the jewelry section. You see a couple other beads behind this, a purchase from there as well. But yeah, they've got some gems over there. I'm literally making some fuel lines for our fuel cell that is located in the back of the bed. Going to be getting some, intricate bends, definitely curves on there, and I love this stuff. These were the beads that I was referring to that was in the background, and these are like $7 a bottle, but they give you that anodized connection look at the end of all your plumbing and at the end of all your wires. You'll see that on a couple of the radiator hoses and of course on these fuel lines. But dude, $7 a bottle. This is just highlighting how I adhered the roll cage to the body, and that's with my old technique using duct tape and goop. The duct tape is to protect the paint so it doesn't tarnish and give you any hazing or distortion. So that is that. Another solid technique, guys. We're going to be making some light buckets for the truck, and we're doing so with the 2-part epoxy by Milliput. We're going to be mixing this mixture 1 part to 1 part, both these bars right here. I'm still new and just acquainting myself with this, but it's unbelievable. This stuff, it dries absolutely rock solid after 48 hours. It takes really well to the Dremel. It primes and paints great. I can't speak highly enough of it, and anytime I get a chance or can incorporate it in my project, I definitely do, because I just want to learn more about it. But yeah, check out some of the YouTube tutorials and some of the Facebook groups on Milliput, because there's a whole group that just make really cool projects with Milliput only. Like, just fuse the bars together and sculpt the miscellaneous things that honestly shock me that it's made by them.